Ron Cross, the executive director of the Players Championship, announced his resignation on Wednesday. He will become the director of corporate affairs for Augusta National Golf Club in June. Cross recently spoke with us about his long history with the PGA Tour.
I actually grew up here in Jacksonville and was fortunate to, when I was in junior high school, was asked to come become a standard bearer, and did that when we were actually out across the street at the Sawgrass Country Club, and continued with that for a couple of years. And then in 1982, when we opened the TPC Sawgrass, again was a standard bearer and worked for Glenn Osteen was the standard bearer chairman at that time, and worked for him and was fortunate to be a part of it and get a taste of it then when I was a sophomore in high school, and went on to go to the University of Florida and got a sports administration degree. And part of that curriculum was to do an internship, and interned in 1989 for Henry Hughes, who was the tournament director at that time, and interned, was hired on May of that year, 1989, and have been here ever since, 19 years later, and have done operations, sales, all aspects of the tournament, and been very fortunate in the growth of the PGA Tour and the growth of our tournaments. The fact that when I started, we were two tournaments here in Jacksonville, the Players Championship and the Senior Players Championship, played right next door on the Valley Course. And to now, Championship Management, the division that I work for, actually owns and operates 12 events around the world. So I was fortunate to be able to move to different places around the country: Atlanta, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., San Diego, Naples, Florida, and experience all different events on World Golf Championships, Champions Tour events, PGA Tour events. Spent a lot of time in Atlanta running the Tour Championship, and then came back here in 2003, had oversight of multiple events, and was then very fortunate to go to work for Commissioner Fincham as his Vice President of Corporate Affairs and Special Assistant in '06, at the time when all of these amazing changes were happening for the Players Championship. And when you look at the amount of changes there, from a date change, HD television, the golf course, improving the conditions to firm and fast conditions, this clubhouse, which is almost a year old, and is amazing how beautiful this is and how functional it has become for resort guests and for our players. And then last summer became executive director of the Players Championship, and it's been a thrill. It's a wonderful opportunity. I'm very fortunate to be the current steward of this event and be surrounded by so many wonderful PGA Tour staff, tournament staff, and volunteers that truly make it happen. So I'm fortunate to be doing what I'm doing right now.
For more on Cross's resignation, check out Gary Smith's article in Thursday's Florida Times-Union. For Jackson